All right, Bev, hello. We are talking about relationship skills, relational skills. And let's talk about timeouts. How do we use timeouts to help us in our relationships? Where do you want to start with that?
I think I want to go with what I try and remind myself and my clients that it's not about them. A timeout is for me. When I feel that whoosh and my adaptive child wants to take over and forget all the relational skills, this is hang on. I just need to reground myself. I'm going to the room. Give me 20 minutes. I don't want to talk about this now. And it's not because of you, especially for the person who's more boundaryless, who might become, no, I need you to stay with me. I'm not abandoning you. I'm just going to cross a red line and say things I'm going to regret afterwards. So I'm taking that pause.
Yeah, I think we have this notion that, we shouldn't ever not leave the conversation, that it's not good to kind of walk out of a conversation. We have to stay in it. And that's not true. We need to bring our best, most mature versions of ourselves into difficult conversations. And so timeouts are really an important part of that. But it can be done well, or timeouts can be taken irresponsibly in a way that will make the situation worse. So what do you want to share about how to take timeouts? Like you were saying, not saying you need to be a timeout. That would be an unhelpful way. Do you have any other
Right.
tips on making timeouts more productive?
That to give it a clear construct and definition. I'm going to take 20 minutes and then I'll get back to you. And that after 20 minutes, that getting back to you might be, I need more time. I need half an hour. I need half a day. And Terry has this 10 commandments of healthy timeouts, what that framework is. And then maybe after a day, we might not be able to discuss the issue that caused the blow up, but at least we can come back together again and talk about what happened and what can we do together, because this is a very sensitive issue for both of us. Do we maybe then need a third party in? I call it a third head. Are we stuck? And we go to somebody where we feel safe. Now, I just want to make clear that it doesn't have to be a therapist. It could be a spiritual leader. It could be a good friend. It could be your family physician. It really doesn't have to be, we're now going for therapy, if that's too big and scary. But to bring that other resource in can be very, very helpful.
I love that. And I love the point you brought up, that, just walking out when things are kind of heated is not really being responsible, but giving some sort of indication that you're going to come back. I'm taking a time out, but I will be back to talk about it. I will check in with you. And that can be, checking in can be done by text, by phone. Like, you can use a number scale. I'm still at an 8 out of 10. I'm not ready to come back
I
yet
love
to
that.
this conversation. And yeah, you can come back into connection without going right back into it.
Right.
Waiting to talk about it until you're in a place that you both can, or with a third party. I love all those thoughts.
Especially when it's a topic that's big to the couple. And that could be religious differences, it could be political differences. It's very valuable then to say, let us bring someone in to help us reconnect. And maybe sometimes we just have to say, this is an area where we don't agree. And
Right.
there's a mourning in that. And that's okay. And
Yeah.
can the relationship sustain that difference or not? Those are big questions we need to ask ourselves.
Yes, I love that. Yes, timeouts are part of the bigger picture of how do we manage these differences between us. How do we live together when there's sometimes these things that can activate a lot of emotion, and we have to kind of distance ourselves for a few minutes to be in our best version of ourselves before we can even talk about some of these things, or navigate some of these areas together.
Right.
I
Because
love
I
that.
try and remind couples that, what was relevant to them at the start of their relationship might not be relevant 5, 10 years down the line.
Hmm.
And relationship needs to constantly be renegotiated. and the timeout might just give you that pause. Where
Yes.
am I now?
I love that. Thank you, Bev. Wonderful
Thank
thoughts as always.
you.